Okay, I'll do one that's one of my favorite Whiting Bitch ones. We was trotting home for dinner. Our day thus far had been a winter. We'd been turned out some pears on railroad leads. I was riding with old Jim, and if I was asked to describe him, I'd simply say that he was a cowboy masterpiece. We stopped, let our horses blowing in, and candy down below, we spied a neighbor doing battle with a steer. That brooded, sold, and breast up thick in some willows near the creek, and a full-scale war had been declared. That part was clear. Now, I've had cattle sold at me. It was obvious to see that a reconciliation wasn't coming. From experience, I knew that if he continued to pursue that fight, there'd be one up hurt before it was done. Old Jim, he just rolled himself a smoke and snickered like it was a joke. As we both sat and watched that fella fight his head. That cowboy cussed and frothed and yelled. I says, suppose we should go and help him? But then Jim, he got philosophical and says, if he just let that brute calm down and bring an old cow back around, that steer would likely follow him to Oregon. I ain't saying it's wrong to fight if you got to, and you're right. But before you do, it's best to know which side you're on. Like when we was maybe 6 and 9, me and my brother was inclined to get in trouble, even though we was trying to be good. Most times it was our fault, sure enough, but it was innocent young kid stuff that would often just be misunderstood. Like one hot day we went to church and in a pew we took a perch. It'd been raining, the air was thick and wet, which made it hard to stay awake. It was about all we could take with the preaching and the snoring and the sweat. The lady in front of him and me had, well, perspired profusely. And when she rose, her clothes were clinging, so to speak. To add to the situation, upon further examination, we saw that her dress was lodged between her cheeks. Sure looked uncomfortable there. We couldn't help ourselves as they were being wayside. We saw her real good. Not being one to let things be, my brother, he just pulls the dress out free, alleviating all problem where she stood. Well, she turns around quick, he just smiled, never dreaming she'd be robbed. But instead of thanks, she hit him with her purse, which knocked my brother to the ground. Then she glared at me, then turned around. Things were bad, folks, but trying to help might made it worse. See, I knew something made her mad to hit my brother like she had. I figured it was the dress, confounded. So, using sweat marks for a guide, I turned my hand on the side and I slid it right back in, just the way we found it. This time it was me that felt her wrath. And knocked me off my path, and I carry purse scars with me to this day. I guess we got what we were doing when we finally come to. I learned this lesson I'm going to share with you today. Tain't always smart to offer aid to situations you ain't made. Life teaches not to fight or lose a battle. It's kind of like my daddy used to say. Like my daddy said, sometimes it's best to quit by your head, because there ain't no figured women or sold up cattle. Thank you.